Switch gears now. We're going to go back to Enderle. So this next guest, Pat Eilen, just passing through in class. I interviewed him up in Hutchinson after he swept the week, and he says, we weren't going to pull this year. And then we won the first two, and they just kind of kept going, and now they have a 3.5-point lead heading into the Enderle. Pat Eilen, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
Great. Thanks for coming on tonight. I pushed the wrong button again. Sorry about that. I got to learn to get better. Where are you at right now, bud?
Technology don't really fit either. We're actually up at a big oil refinery right now, tearing down a big cooling system. So I jumped in the truck here real quick and threw my Britney Spears headset on, and here we are. So
that is a nice Britney Spears headset.
Right.
Can you sing?
Yeah, no, we're just
can you sing me a song, Pat? Can you sing me a song? So.
Yeah, right. We maybe lose some fans here. We better keep that. It's actually trying to tune in on the Vikings game a little bit on the radio there. I don't know, them and the Bears tonight. But
how's that looking?
I don't know. I just jumped in the truck. I thought I better just turn the volume down. I think they're losing a little bit. So
okay, Kinsey, can you check on the Bears and Vikings for us? We'll get you a score. I promise.
Which my family's a huge Vikings fan. I kind of mess with them and tell them I'm a Packers fan. But,
yeah. Well, I know you're busy, but I wanted to have you come on live. It's been great watching you pull this year, having an awesome year. The truck's running great. I know you've had a couple of hiccups here and there, but man, you've stayed consistent there. 4 first place, a second, 2 fourths, and a fifth this year. Again, came right out of the gate with 2 wins in Hutch, 2 wins in Toma, then a second up there in Dorr, Michigan. That's when Krazy KW got their first Grand National win, and they're the ones 3.5 points back. So. Have you been to the Enderle before, Pat, over the years?
I have been fortunate to be there, and we were fortunate to win it last year. Kind of were an underdog. We didn't really run for points last year, and we're sitting about 9th, and 2 guys were broke ahead of us, and we had a fresh bullet under the hood, so we thought, hey, we just won our local Big Iron Classic King of the Hill the weekend before, and they called me, and I said, hey, let's go out there and try it. And we put some pretty good feet on the field, so we're fortunate enough to win it last year. And a few years previous, my dad was fortunate enough to win it, so it was pretty cool.
That Big Iron Classic, that was last weekend again, wasn't it?
That was, yeah. And that's the first year we've actually played our cards. And I thought, this thing's running. It's sitting in the shop, polished up, ready to go to Enderle. I think I'm just going to leave her there this time. And we went and enjoyed the truck show, brought a bunch of trucks down there. And it's fun seeing everybody. I mean, I know there's a lot there to watch us pull like every year, but we played our cards right and thought we're just close to maybe hopefully capitalizing the Grand National champion here, and we're just going to go there instead. So
yeah, no, I think that's a wise move. But I was driving home from Sandwich yesterday back to Wisconsin and met a bunch of trucks. So I didn't drive, I was riding, but we saw a bunch of cool trucks coming down the road. So
yeah, 500, 600, 700. I forget what their final number was, but they put on quite a show and a pull there. So
it's pretty neat. Okay, Do you have a Grand National championship today?
I don't. I got a state, Minnesota State Hook champion for, the first year. I think we started in 14. I think that was 15. But other than that, we chased this pretty heavy the first 5 years, really knocked between us and the Holicky with the mother trucker. We're playing back and forth. And in the last 5 years, we just kind of break it and waiting on parts, COVID deal, everything, trying to get parts then. And just, so that's kind of how it's been the last few years. We haven't chased it too hard. Like you said earlier, when we talked, we weren't really even planning on doing it this year. We just kind of thought, well, Hutchins in our back door, Toma, the first few were in our kind of couple hours from us. Why not try? And heck, things were going our way, and before you know, we're winning and kept a pretty good streak going there. 7, 8 or whatever it was there, local pulls and Grand National wins in a row there. So fortunate enough to get that, and like they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it or don't mess with it. Well, me, I thought, well, we're running this good, we guys got to be a little bit left in it. So we started playing with it a little bit and trying to do some stuff we're going to do in the off season, and it kind of fell short a little bit there, a couple of hooks, but hopefully we got her back where it needs to be. So.
Did you get the Bowling Green ring this year?
I didn't. No, I got it back in 18. It was the last time I got it, and I haven't been there. I think 3 or 4 years I haven't been there, so it was good to be back there too. But we didn't put on our best. I think we're top 5 or 6 one night, so wasn't our best showing there. But hey, we're in the hunt, and like I told them guys, it was a little easier a few years back to get up here in front of everybody on stage. But a lot of tough trucks in the class, that's for sure. And they had a great field. I mean, what they have, 16, 17 semis there.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough from top to bottom, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Again, so Fans, if you're just joining us, Pat Eilen, just passing through in class. He is coming in, leading the Grand National Super Semi points. 3.5 point lead over Krazy KW. That's the only one. It comes down to those two, and he'd have to pick Krazy KW. I'm not sure which one of them is driving it this Saturday. The two guys, I know they split it up, but there would have to be you'd almost have to go first and last to really to get ahead of you. So, but it can happen, unfortunately. So, and I know you respect that. So.
No, at least we'll know there'll be a Chris in the seat one way or another, right?
Yeah. Yes, there will. It's either a Milsner or a Schrader. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they live up here about 30 minutes from us and Cashton. So when I used to promote my pulls in Richland Center, they'd always come down and a lot of times make a test pass or whatever, and it was a lot of fun to have them.
Yeah, no, I've seen them do good too. It's they've been in it just as long as I have been, and like I said, it's always good to see new winners and more competition, the better. So.
Yep. So what did you have you had some breakage? What was it Rockwell?
Rockwell. Yeah. After the first night, we found some bearing material in our filters, and I thought, we could have probably ran it the second night, and good thing we didn't because we were able to save the crank and obviously did a complete overhaul down to bare block and got it all ready to go to Bowling Green. And like I said, we just trying to try some different stuff and had good luck early on, and then tried a few things probably shouldn't have did on the track. Like everybody says, there ain't no testing. It's right in the tracks your test. So should have put it on a dyno, but I just thought, well, we'll try a few things, and it didn't go the way I hoped, and I hope we got it back. So yeah.
When are you guys heading out to Ohio?
Well, you know me, if there's 26 hours in a day, I'll probably work 26, but I just I'm hoping I'm going to take the wife and kids with, and then my dad and my mechanic Carrie and his boy Dakota probably go out. So we'll probably roll out Thursday night, hopefully be out there Friday sometime. I've been trying to get to the polls a little ahead of time. I usually get there about last, and then when you come in with a 100-foot rig, it's always fun to try to find a spot. Lucky I'm in the truck, and I can usually wheel it around. But.
Yeah, you are a professional truck driver, so you know what you're doing. So
at least I'm thinking. I try anyways, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, Friday night we're having like a puller appreciation party, full pull lives doing that. Got some live music and food and some adult beverages. And then at 7 o'clock they're gonna do the actual you guys get your number, and we're gonna broadcast that live on Facebook and YouTube for everybody to watch.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool, different chance. Like I said, I've been to Enderle fortunate enough quite a few times, and obviously topping points gets first hook or last hook, whatever you want to choose. But yeah, that'd be kind of a cool, different format this year. Kind of like they did down there at Simon's Pole, where you just kind of grab it was an envelope or whatever they're going to have it. You don't know until you open it,
Yep, no, that's fun. And then also the Grand National classes are running first this year at 5 o'clock, and regionals running at 7. So
that's good too. With all this crowning the champions, I thought that was a good move on their part because you get to the semi class, there's definitely going to be still some diehard fans in the stand, but by that wee hours a night. Fans start clearing out, So now that'll be good. That'll be packed fans and stands, and everybody will be there to see all the classes get champion in one site. So that'd be something cool.
Yeah, we had Adam Kester on before you were a couple guests ago, and he said for all a lot of times the champions are kind of crowned at the polls they end up at, and this is nice because some of them are wrapped up already. And all they have to do is show up, but they still have to be there. You know what I mean? And
that's kind of why we played it smart last week. And like I said, we've always went to the Big Erin Classic and pulled and hoped we didn't break, but was Enderle not being a points thing, you hope to not have to turn it down. But that was kind of the reason we went there. And this year being a points thing, it kind of held us back from doing that. So.
Yeah, no, it was smart. It was a smart move.
Yeah. My mechanic's happy anyways. It's running. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they were like
sitting there, but I said, at least we don't put spare in, right?
Yeah. You guys have owned a couple trucks in the past, right?
We have, yeah. We kind of started out doing state level stuff, and then we kind of got we bought one from Walker's, and we bought one from Dean about the Pollocky there, the mother trucker, and then me and my dad, we kind of teamed up, and it was great watching my dad pull. I always hoped he beat me just to see that big grin on his face, and he got some wins too, and it got to be the point where it got to be a lot with 2 trucks, and obviously our mechanics in the shop are trying to help me in between, obviously keeping the trucks that make you money on the road. Just, got to be where had an opportunity to sell it went to a good home, Simon's, and just thought we'd go back to one that we know, and hopefully we'd be competitive with it. So
definitely have been this year. Last question I have for you before I let you go. What other classes do you like to watch? And what other, I mean, not that you would go buy one, but if you could drive something in another class, what class would that be?
Yeah, we're diehard truckers, so the trucking fits us, or the truck class fits us. But I always kind of joked to Mike Connie from Mac Trailers that one of these times we're going to switch seats and he can drive my semi and I'm going to drive one of his pro stocks. So that'd be kind of a fun deal, I think. Or I always like watching the pro stocks, which is a huge competitive class and on a huge budget, So yeah, it's but no, all the classes are great. I like diesel smoke, I guess. So anything that smokes, and yeah, four-wheel drives.
Yep, you and me both. So where are you working? You're working on what'd you say, an oil rig cooler? What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm up at refinery up in Inver Grove Heights, Pine Bend, Flint Hills up here. We're tearing down a big oil cooler tonight, or cooling.
Is that
thing.
the one you drive by with all the crazy lights at night? Okay.
Yep. So we got a bunch of our trucks up here, and we're tearing this deal down all to local landfill, and we got trucks up here all week, 24/7. So, yeah, me and my dad, he's right ahead of me, and 72, and he's wheeling her all night too. So.
I love it. I love it. We'll get some sleep, and we'll see you at the Enderle, okay?
I appreciate it. Thanks for all the fans and everybody, and can't wait to see everybody. Good luck to all the
players. Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Pat Eilen, everybody, just passing through in class, coming into the Enderle 3-point lead on Krazy KW, our local, the Chris Mills and the Chris Schrader Foundation there. They got their first Grand National win up in Dorn, Michigan, and that was the first loss of the year for Pat Eilen. Again, Pat came to Hutchinson and swept the weekend. I interviewed him on Full Pull Live, and it's like, yeah, we weren't going to run this year. And Wednesday we decided we'd just come to Hutchinson, and then he swept the weekend. You got to keep going into points. So that's a lot of fun.